Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph. So in today's video, I'm actually taking inspiration from the way that I started photography. So I believe a lot of us actually do that. So when you're new to photography and you want to learn how to take pictures, the best way is to look at sample images or the way you want your images to look. And if there are people that are shooting the kind of images that you want to be able to get for yourself, you're probably looking through magazines, looking through their work, and then trying to figure out how they were able to achieve that. And I believe that a lot of people might still be in that stage where, it could be purely experimental, or maybe you even just want to try new things. And that is what I feel like doing right now. I want to try new things. I feel like I've been doing the same thing or similar things for a very long time, and I want to try out and do other things. I also want this community to be more engaged, so I'm actually going to leave some links down below so that if you are in that stage where you want to be figuring out how people are creating certain kinds of images, you can put the images in the link. Don't do too much, because I'm going to be doing this like once a week. And so, if there's any image that probably you've been struggling trying to figure out how it was done, you can put the image in the link that I'm going to provide. And then every week I will be picking an image that we will be breaking down and figuring out how it was done, like in today's video. So in today's video, I saw this image online and I just wanted to figure out how they were able to achieve it. And so that is what this video is about. So if you think that this is something that you're going to be interested in from today and going forward as well, let me know in the comments down below. And also subscribe, because this is something new that I'm starting, and it's going to show me that you're really interested in doing it, so that I know that this is something that I'm not just imagining. Like, this is something that a lot of you people also want as well. So leave a like in the comment and I will be sure to get to it. So in order not to waste too much time, let's just jump right into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joseph. I'm in the studio with Laurie, and today we want to replicate like a bright natural light entering this space. If you look around, you see that there is no window here, but what we are hoping to achieve is to use the lighting that we have and the modifiers to make the shot look like it was shot in a studio where there's a bright natural light coming into the space. There are a few things that we're going to do. We're going to bounce off our lights with bare bulbs into the space, and what that's going to do is simulate what natural light will do when it enters your space through a window. So when it enters through a window and you have some kind of diffusion on the window, obviously the light is going to bounce around everywhere and then create a very beautiful soft light. But to also just add a bit of motivation to the shot, or to let you think that there is a light coming in from a certain direction, we're going to use a gobo to throw a light onto the floor and then make you think that that is what is actually lighting up the whole space. So we're going to be using a total of 3 lights. We're going to be using 2 strobes and 1 LED. The reason why I'm using the LED is because it will just allow me to easily see and place the gobo exactly where I want it, and also adjust the focus easily. If I'm using a strobe, I will have to be testing a lot, but then using the LED, because I can see the light visually, I can make any adjustments and placements, and then just speed up the work process. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so let's start off with what we're doing in terms of modification. So if I had a scrim, I would actually prefer to use that, but luckily where we're shooting, we have this cyc wall and it's pure white from the floor all the way to the ceiling. So what I'm going to do is make this Flashpoint 400 Pro a lot bigger than it is. If I point this light directly onto our model, let's actually do that, and then let me take a shot. I haven't checked my camera settings or anything. Let me see what happens. So if I take a shot currently, I'm at 1/200 f2.8 ISO 200. This is what it looks like. It's a beautiful shot. You can see that it's a harsh light because of the point source that the light is coming from. And so we have very defined shadows. Obviously, if this is a look that you're going for, it works amazing. It looks really good, but I don't want the definition in the shadows to be so much. And that is why I'm almost doing like an indirect lighting. I'm bouncing it into this space. So the light that is going to be hitting here and filling the space is no longer coming from the bulb itself, but it's actually going to hit the space. If I turn on the modeling lamp, hopefully you can see it. So it's going to hit that part of the wall and then come back as a very big light source and then fill the frame. So if I take another shot right now, oops, I took 2 shots. But this is what we get. You can see that the shadows are gone, and it's just because of how I turned the light. So now it's bouncing into the wall and it's much larger than it was, and so we don't have the shadows. What I'm going to do next is add in our fill light, which is also bouncing into the wall right here. So this is the Flashpoint 600. The reason why I'm using the 600 over here is because this light is going to travel over a longer distance, and if I use something like a speed light, we don't have enough power to be able to travel and illuminate the space. So if you have a stronger light, 400, 500, 600 in this case, it will be able to do the job easily. All right, so as you can see, we have been able to take out a little bit more of the shadows as well. And so what we have is a beautiful image that is really, really soft, right? And I mean, if this is where you want to end it, it's beautiful. I mean, she's the focal point. We don't have any shadows that are distracting in the image. And obviously you can end here if you want, but then I'm gonna go ahead and turn on our LED light, which has a gobo in there. So gobos are these little discs with patterns in there, and this time we're using a window because we want to convince you that it's a window that is lighting up our scene. So if I put this in there, turn on this light, you see that we are throwing that pattern onto the floor. And the good thing about this gobo also is that you can adjust the focus. So currently I can blur it out and you can't even tell what shape this is, but what I want it to do is to be really defined and crisp and sharp, so that it's a little bit more convincing as well. You can control it, so I can cut it down, or I can, you know, extend it, and then I can control the width of the projection on the floor. This is what we're presented with. And I feel like this just adds a bit more character. It makes the shot a little bit more interesting, and you know, we have more depth in here. So I just have to go ahead and work with Lori to create very fun and interesting shots. Okay, yeah, that's nice. So one last thing that I feel you can do is, if you feel like you're not getting a lot of depth or dimension, or maybe you want to open up the shadows a little bit, because one thing I forgot to mention is, even though I'm filling the entire space with a light, I also offset the light a little bit. What I mean by that is, if I'm shooting straight onto her this way, I could have had a light behind me, and that is just gonna, you know, wash the entire frame with flat light. But what I did was just offset it a little bit to my left so that the light is coming in from a direction. What that also means is that even though this light is soft and doesn't cast any shadows, because it's starting from a certain point which is not central, it means that the opposite side of where the light is going to be in shadow. What you can do is add in a reflector somewhere here. That is, if you want to even make the light softer, you see that we've been able to open up the shadows. You can also just use the black side of the bounce card, and that is also going to absorb some of the spill and even create more depth in your shots. So at this point, I believe it's just up to you and your preference and what you feel is going to, you know, look good in your case, and then I think you're golden. I'm gonna go ahead and work with Lori till we get some amazing shots. Yeah, oh, that's nice actually. And then, yeah, and then turn your face in that direction. Yes, relax your fingers. Beautiful. Yeah, that's nice. Amazing. Beautiful. Okay, don't send your eyes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, one last one. Okay, one last one. Okay. is turning her face completely away from the light. So I just want to bring this in to open up the shadows a little bit more. Okay, but the rest of the lighting is staying the exact same. Yeah, tiptoe. Perfect. Beautiful.